Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Christopher Chen from Dimension. I'm going to be teaching you Typography Basics Part 1. Things you need to know about typography and how you can not make the mistakes many people make currently with typography. Number 1, typography is a means of communicating emotions in design. Whenever you want to talk about, just like as you're a human being and you have feelings and you have emotions, if you want to communicate those emotions, there's a way you behave. Same thing, if you want to communicate your emotions in the design, we do that through typography. Essentially, typography. Imagine you don't have colors and everything in your design. One of the most important things in design is your typography. And now, typography covers everything about the types of type you're going to use, which is the font, the types of combination of font, and the types of brand that you're supposed to use the type of font for. Now, we have two major fonts. Number 1, we have the serif font. This is a serif font. What is a serif font? A serif font is the type of font that has any of this extra ink slab at the end. Any type of font that has any extra cutout at the end or at the edges of the font, that's a serif font. This serif font has a background story. It was from the ancient times when they used to cut out text in a particular paper to print, to mob the paint on that text to form a text on a particular surface. So the extra ink of that paint will spill at the edges of the text. That was how we were able to create serif fonts. How they were able to create serif fonts, because it came from that particular idea and that particular concept. And now when it came out, newsprint organizations, publications, media and press started using that type of font for their major headlines, because it was what those fonts played a huge role in that particular field. So serif font works very well. Now there's another font called sans serif, which is this one. Sans serif font, from the name, sans means without. It's a German word that means without. So it means without serif. It means without the extra slabs on the edges of the font. That's the meaning. Now, all of this font has a specific emotion they convey. For example, if you use a signature font or a grunge font, a signature font like this one, for a corporate design, in a way you have devalued the company, because this type of font does not properly communicate what the company stands for, especially if it's a corporate or a banking company. If you use a type of font like this, it doesn't work. But if you use it for a beach or for a party, it works, because every font has a specific role or emotion they convey in a design. That's what a lot of people don't really know. So you see some people make these mistakes. They use signature fonts for corporate designs, or they use what's it called, serif font for a party design that's not supposed to have serif font. Why? Because they don't understand the role and the emotion fonts play in a design. So every single type of font has a role to play. For example, we have different kinds of font. This is a tall display font. This one is a display font. This one is a signature font. This one is a grunge font. There are many kinds of font, but what I want to teach today is for you to have a proper understanding of what kind of font you should use for the kinds of design. If you are working on the corporate design that has, their brand emotions is sophistication, so head them with sophistication or elegance or those type of things, you can use your sans serif font. Can use those type of things. If it's for newsprint or some corporate brand that use something like this, you can use something like this. it's for an NGO too, you can use something like this. If it's for a party, you can use a tall display font. You can use this one, and it depends on what you are designing for. But before you work on any project, pay attention to what type of brand are you designing for, and then decide the appropriate kinds of font that will work for that particular brand, so you don't sell the brand short or decrease their value because of the kinds of font you're using. So if you have any question about fonts, you can drop them in the comments. Please subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the very next one.